Hi, everybody. It's Tanya Sherba with the product management team. Thank you for joining the SMAX Practitioners Forum. I'm joined today by Sharon Segev and her team, and we're going to talk about the Open Localization Toolkit. Sharon, if you could go to the next slide, please. I have a little bit of housekeeping here to go through first. Just wanted to remind folks and alert you, I guess, if you weren't aware of it, but our 2019-05 release readiness sessions have been planned. We're having one session for SMAX, one session for SMA-SM, and we'll repeat it, both of those. We'll repeat once for the additional time zones. These links that you're seeing, you can't click on them, but I can put them into the chat later. But basically, if you go to the tiny.cc URL, you can see that there's SMAX A and B and SM A and B. A little tip, if you just go to the SMAX PF topic or SM PF topic, that will actually get you all of the links. So the registration for the release readiness sessions is separate from the registration you have completed for this practitioner forum session. So just be aware that you need to do that separately for the release readiness. Next slide, please. And so for the SMAX Practitioner Forum, again, there's the link that will get you to the page. I encourage you to subscribe to the Learn Forum so that you'll see when there are updates for these bi-weekly sessions, and always check for the topics. So put a calendar blocker in your calendar, because GoToWebinar doesn't support that for a recurring meeting. So block your calendar and then always go to the topic page to see what topic we have scheduled. Today, obviously, May 8th, we're doing a technical drill down into the Open Localization Toolkit. You can see the next session is our release readiness. And after that, we're doing another technical drill down on June 5th, and that's for the SMAX CMS integration. I think that'll be a popular topic and probably a two-part series. Next slide, please. Recently, we kicked off the SMA-SM Practitioners Forum, and sort of a resurrection, because I used to do that in a different format, but we'll follow a very similar approach. You'll see the tiny.cc for the topic list, register, block your calendar. Now they're going on a monthly basis as opposed to bi-weekly, and you can see the topic list there. Now I think there might have been a few adjustments since I took that screenshot, so definitely take a look at the tiny.cc/SMPF, and it is case sensitive. And with that, I think it's the end of the housekeeping. Next slide.
Yes.
Great, Sharon, I'll turn it over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony, very much for having us here and for the introduction and for the opportunity to present the tool that we actually developed, or I would say enhanced, about 1.5 years ago. It's called the Open Localization tool. It is actually already implemented in a few of Micro Focus's tool, and I will go over the details in a minute. Actually, I and also my team members here are part of the Micro Focus Heritage HPE Globalization Group. Our group is responsible for the localization, the translation, and the functional testing of all of ITOM and ADM products, including the new ones that have joined from Micro Focus. And we are always in touch with the product managers on the one hand, and the local offices, pre-sales and sales in the non-English markets, in order to, optimize the localization services that we give to the products. We have been starting to engage with partners not long ago, since we launched this tool, because this tool is actually a platform that enables both partners and customers that would like to translate Micro Focus products on their own to do that, okay, without any involvement on our part or independently from any release. So we would like to present some use cases for this tool, for this platform, to let you know how and where and when you can use it. And then we will run a short demo to show you how easy the platform is. And then we will be happy to get your feedback, to hear what you think of it, if it's relevant to you, if you have any comments for enhancement, changes, and so on. So basically, this tool is something that we developed in the group, as I said not so long ago. This is an online platform that is available 24/7, from accessible to anyone. You don't need to log into Micro Focus intranet or anything like that. It allows you basically to take the strings, okay, the source files of any of our products that has adopted this feature, okay? And as you can see in the last line, this solution is already implemented for SMAX, for SMA, SM, PPM, and CMS, and is now in progress for Octane and HCM. Obviously, the products that require this tool the most are the, I would call, end user products, okay? Less the technical ones. With this platform, you can take the source file, you can translate it on your own, and then via the platform that I will show in a minute, actually create a language pack, which will be eventually a localized, a translated product, okay, that can be installed, sold and installed independently. Obviously, you will need to have a license for the product, but you already know this because you sell our product from and use it, okay, if you're a customer. So Micro Focus is committed to support any of the defects that will, rise during the translation process. Eventually, we commit that you will have fully functional language pack, okay, fully functional translated version of the product. In any case, we do ask that at least the first version will be validated by our professional or certified vendor to make, because eventually it is one product in the Micro Focus portfolio, so we want to make sure that this works, but it's very, very simple to run by your own. So I would like to run a short demo. I will do this from here, I guess, and if you have any comments or any questions, let us know. Where is it? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay, Sean, if you would like to add some words, or Lele, on what we see. Okay, this is the login page. Very simple. You choose the product, you choose the version, you choose the language you wish to have it. By the way, I want to mention that this is mainly, useful for markets where a Micro Focus do not offer an official localized product. So this is a pretty simple workaround to have it. This is the output that you get, okay, after you download the strings. It's a CSV file, pretty much like an Excel file. You can just insert the translation here in the dedicated column. This is actually the list of SMAX strings, okay? By the way, okay, we will show it in a second, but whenever there is existing translations already available, okay, to strings that have been used in previous version, which was translated or something like this, it is obviously leveraged, okay, and already will be visible in the translation column here in this file. So we don't need to do a double work. So once it's translated, it's uploaded back into the online platform, and we do the back office of creating in and creating the language pack for you. It takes a couple of minutes. Okay. Yeah. So now the system is generating the language back after the CSV, the translated CSV was uploaded. Yeah. And this is the Slovakian language pair for SMAX. Translation are inserted into the product. We do run a validation check in the JSON file that it's working properly, and that's it. You get back a language back with all translated strings. So from the technical practices of these, as I mentioned, there are four simple steps. Once you get the resource files, you can download it, you translate, you upload it back. Language pack is created in the back stage, and eventually you get a language pack for download. Once product has implemented this feature, the R&D team has implemented this feature in the product, it is obviously available for all future versions. Okay. And once you logged into the platform and you started the process for any of the products that have adopted it, then you will have your own tracking history online. As I mentioned, for the next version, you will only need to translate the delta, okay? Because all the previous translations will already be implemented. Obviously, this is something that is important for the cost. Okay, we just inserted in the last release of this tool a word count feature that allows you to run the analysis in advance to estimate, what is involved, how many new words you are facing, and what's the effort that is involved. Currently, the translation options using open localization are obviously product dependent. So for SMAX, which is the product that we are featuring here, the translatable resources only include the portal. All out-of-the-box content, Smart Analytics, Virtual Agent, OOB cannot be translated with that. For SMA, SM, again, we need to see the details separately. So also, if this is something that you are interested in, we are always also available for support, okay? Our team, the globalization team, so you can also ask us questions. If you have any special request, you can also raise this to us, and we will work with the product team to see if this can be fulfilled. It is, as I mentioned, product dependent.
Sharon, can I ask you just to clarify your comments about only the portal? Because some of the items there that you mentioned are part of the portal. So perhaps you could expand on that?
Yeah, maybe I can ask, yeah.
Yes, here I just clarify it. In the current SMAX version, Smart Analytics Virtual Agent and OOB test data cannot be translated so far. Yeah.
Sample data,
Sorry?
I understand.
Yeah.
Sample
Yeah.
data, I understand.
Data,
Yeah.
But the agent, Brindusha here, but the agent strings, the strings for the UI for the agent are translated in general. You are referring here your comment is just about the the idle data in the sample. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay. So this is the tool. Okay, this is we have been working with one of our, we have been partnering with Menergy, who is one of Micro Focus partners, works mostly in, we were aiming the Nordic markets. Okay, we had a need there, and we couldn't officially support it. So we were working with one of our partners, with Menergy, on the development of this, got some feedbacks and comments. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance yet to test it because we were waiting upon a significant deal to come around, but we would be very happy to get any comments, any feedback on this tool, whether you find it relevant. If you have, as I mentioned, suggestions for enhancements, or if you know of any current need that you have, deals that you cannot currently pick up, or branches that you have in markets where Micro Focus does not officially support SMAX, then this can be a rather simple workaround to have this done. We are now trying to get the word around. Okay, so mainly for our partners, we are still looking for the best channels to let the partners know about this tool. If you have any suggestions for that, we would be happy also to do that, to hear that. And we are always available. I wrote here my email for any asks, okay, or questions or needs regarding to the Micro Focus products. We would be happy to accommodate if we can.
One thing I wanted to add, you might have said it actually on your first slide, but just that another use case we've talked about with customers and partners for the Open Localization Toolkit is to adjust some of the languages that we use, or the terms or phrases that we use out of the box, not the languages, but so it might be delivered in English, but maybe you call an entity something else, and so as long as you're not changing the meaning of that, the toolkit can be used to change terms of our out-of-the-box language, correct?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it will require some adaptation, adaptation, but yes, I think this could be done. Okay, basically, it could be used for translation any of the strings that can be translated for SMAX.
And Sharon, Brandusha here, for this use case, can you maybe talk about the best practices on how this would work, and the impact on the next version, right? So once the next version is out, and if the R&D team or the localization team makes changes to those strings, how the two would be merged.
So you mean from technical perspective how it is done? Because
no, not from a technical perspective, but from best practices. So if a customer, let's say, takes the tool, and as Tonya mentioned, go in and modifies a number of strings, just because they would like to use slightly different words, what will be the impact on the next version when the next version is out? Is there any step in particular they need to take, or it will, seemingly integrate and apply the changes?
Exactly. Yeah. It will be seamlessly integrated. I mean, they will need to do the process, and you just translate the changes, or change what they want, or just translate the additional new strings and so on. And this will be already implemented in the next version, same as we as the globalization team does today. Okay, we work with the product team. There are involvement here of the product team, right? We cannot do it alone, same as we do today, okay, in-house. But it will be, it's like a black box to to the customer or the partner. They can just log in the changes, okay, via this platform within the same process, and in the next version it will run. It will be integrated.
Yes, I just want to explain it. And for example, if you are a user, you just the first version, for example, maybe 2018 February version, you just a user to download to generate a language pack for example, for Slovak, and the next version 2018 May release, we just have the history record of this user. So we will generate, you can download the new translatable CSV file and all, translated in the last version, you translated the part already in this list. So you just only to cover the Delta part.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay,
Do we have any partners on the line, or?
We have, let me see if I can unmute folks. It's always a little for some reason on here. Let's see.
Because this is, a new initiative, we would be very happy to get feedback from the field. It's okay if it can be done also via email, but
yeah. So I've unmuted folks. We have customers and as well as partners and internal on the call. So I have unmuted you. If anyone has any additional questions or even feedback on whether you're planning to use this open localization toolkit or maybe you've tried, please jump in. Okay, so it may be that we don't have any questions today. I think it was, for me, great to see the tool in action.
Tonya, while you may have unmuted people, they still, I think, need to unmute themselves because they show as muted. So if anyone tries to speak, make sure you're unmuted.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you for that. You have the power now.
Yes.
True.
Great. Well, so in Vienna, I asked several of our customers and partners if they were aware of this tool, and many weren't. So hopefully today's presentation gave you a much better sense of what it allows you to do, and how you can extend the out-of-the-box languages to other languages, and then potentially even changing some of the words that we use out of the box, although not changing the meaning, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, Sharon and team, thank you very much for your presentation, and certainly folks know how to reach us if they have follow-up questions. And I think actually maybe your last slide too had where links to some of the documentation, etc. Oh yeah, and your email. That's great.
Yep. Great. So Tony, I will send you the deck so you can maybe share it later with the audience.
Yeah. Yeah, we share the recording on the Practitioners Forum page, but if anybody does need the slides, then yes, let me or Sharon know, and we'll send you a PDF.
Yeah, excellent.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.